Alright guys, I just really can't help it. I'm going to work just a little bit on this Oldsmobile. So I promised that I wouldn't work on this until I got the Mercury done. But as you guys can see, the Mercury's kind of in a puddle, like everything else in my backyard. So what we're going to do today is something really simple, but it will help in the future once I get to the Oldsmobile. We're going to take out all the spark plugs on the engine and then fill the cylinders full of Marvel Mystery Oil. And hopefully that will help free it. When I bought the car, they said that the engine turned. I never really verified it or anything like that, but you know what? Marvel Mystery in the cylinders really can't hurt. So here's a better in-depth look of this car underneath the hood. I have verified that it's not originally this light minty color, but it's more of a dark color. But that doesn't matter to me. It has the original motor, which is the important part. So it has the Cadillac style air cleaner, which is actually really cool. But what we're going to do today is we're going to yank out all these spark plugs, and hopefully we're going to fill up the cylinders full of Marvel Mystery Oil, and then maybe see if we can get the engine to turn. I don't know. So let's take out one and see what it looks like. I'm hoping that they all look good. Remember, the last time the car was on the road was 2004, which really isn't that long ago. So hopefully this engine will, we need to fix that, but hopefully the engine will come back to life with minimal work. I don't know. This is my favorite part. Oldsmobile rocket right there, says right on it. So, alright, this first spark plug came out really easy, and it doesn't look half bad. That's, the kind of spark plug I like to see. It's not sooty, it's not white. Looks like it's just used, burning a fairly decent mixture. So that's good. I wish my borescope would work and I'd show you down inside the cylinder, but it doesn't want to work today. So we'll fill that up with Marvel Mystery and then move on to the next one. Alright, so this is my way I have to do this, since these spark plug holes are so deep, and this green funnel on top is too wide at the end. I have to use two funnels to kind of guide the Marvel Mystery in there, but that's how we're going to do it, and it should work. Alright, this second spark plug isn't as nice as the first one, but has a little bit of soot on it, but it's not rusty, which is what we're looking for. Here's number 3. I'm kind of worried about it. I know it's not going to focus, but it has a little tiny bit of rust buildup on it. Not as bad as I've seen before, and obviously there's no water pouring out of it, but I'm hoping that's not a bad sign. We'll see. Here's the last one on the side. Looks really good. Used, but not too bad. So we'll put that back in once we put some oil in it. We'll do the other 4, and then we'll let it sit a little bit longer, soaking in the Marvel Mystery. Alright, the first plug on this one actually looks really good. Same as all the other ones. So far 5 out of 8 are good. That's a good sign. Here's the next one, looking really good. Here's second to last, about as clean as the other ones. Of course it never wants to focus. It's got a little bit of pitting on it, but that might just be from sitting. I don't know. And here's the last plug, which looks really good. So the weirdest thing about this motor so far is that all the plugs were really easy to get out. I didn't tighten them back up because I'm going to take them out again eventually, but I think somebody's untightened all these plugs and looked at them sometime more recently than 2004, because they would have been a lot tighter. There was really no effort to get them in and out, which that's okay with me. So since we're here, I might as well show you guys the engine oil. I did check this when I bought it, but so it's just old and black, but it doesn't look like it has any water in it. It's probably really low. Yeah, it's probably 2 quarts low. Way low, but that's okay. Let's see if we can put that back with one hand. And the transmission fluid, since this is an automatic, it has a little bit on the end, but not much. So we're gonna have to, once we start it, we'll address putting more transmission fluid in it. I'll probably put at least a quart in it before we even start it. But yeah, I'm gonna let this sit for who knows how long, and then once the Marvel Mystery works a little bit, we can come out here with a breaker bar, pull all the spark plugs out, and we can see if the engine will move, and then once the engine moves we can go to the next step. Now I haven't been completely idle with the car. If you see these awesome hubcaps, I scored those on eBay. I think they're for the Oldsmobile 98s, but they were cheap enough and they fit that I have a nice set of 4. I also was able to score this. So this is the cool rocket hood ornament that's supposed to be on these cars. As you can see, the one that I have is broken off completely, so that will go on there eventually. I also scored a awesome steering wheel, which I have wrapped up, but it will replace this nasty cracked one. And then I got a pretty good looking radiator as well to go in this car. But I still need a whole bunch more parts. Right now I'm just really collecting parts and waiting to get to this car. Eventually I'll get to it. One more awesome eBay find that I want to show you guys are these really cool original manuals I got off eBay. So I bought the 53 owner's manual and brochure, and the guy was nice enough, I don't know why, to send me the 54 version, this Oldsmobile like magazine looking thing, and then the 54 brochure. But we'll just go through the 53 one first. Something that I think is interesting is if you look at this owner's manual, this lady named Janice Rose Resit in, that doesn't say where, bought a Oldsmobile, not the one I have, a Oldsmobile in 1953. Looks like she was in New York, which means this car probably does not exist anymore. I know that it was a 4-door car, so it's not mine. But interesting, look at this. You go to 54, same lady bought another brand new Oldsmobile in 54. So, I mean, look at this. Look at this. How cool is that? Even though it doesn't apply to the car I have, it doesn't matter. This stuff is awesome. And it just shows how back then you actually could, if you wanted, buy a brand new car every year and trade in your old one. So we'll look at this owner's manual real quick. Let's see. So I bought it just because I don't really have any idea how most of this stuff works, and it was cheap enough that it's all good. One of my favorite things about these manuals is that almost everything in here is hand drawn. They didn't really put photographs in it. I mean, that right there is not a picture, somebody drew it. And it's pretty much all just art inside of here, which is awesome. Here's your optional oil filter. So this one is not as exciting. We'll go a little bit faster. This one's not as exciting as the other book. I'll put this back. Sadly, somebody dumb enough wrote, I think it might have been Mr. Tom. We won't hate on him too much, but he wrote all over this book. Like blue, like obviously that's blue. So this is the car that I have, and I'm assuming that green is what my interior used to look like a long time ago. I don't know why he decided to do that. I might come through and try to erase that, but yep, Super 88 2-door sedan. That's what I have in mind. And then you had the Holiday Coupe, which was the 2-door hardtop. Then you had the convertible. And then here's the Deluxe 88 2-door sedan, which is like the lower trim for the Oldsmobile. But look how awesome this brochure is. It's beautiful. All in color. So that's what mine used to look like, brand new. With the exception, I don't think I had a clock. And I didn't have a pretty lady driving it. There's the same in blue. There's the 98. Which I guess if we go back, we can see if my hubcaps are that's the hubcap I have. If we go back. Oh, looks like they all had the same hubcaps. Looks like they had body colored wheels, which is kind of cool. 98 Holiday Coupe. Those are expensive cars. And the convertibles, of course, are expensive. This is one of my favorite pages. It shows, looks like the engine used to be gray, gold, and blue, which is kind of neat. I don't know if those are correct colors or not. But yeah, lots of good stuff. And the cool part is it's all in really, really good shape. I mean, this is like a brand new book. So talking about the new 12-volt ignition system, that's exciting. And here's the transmission page. Chassis. Looks like that engine's red. I don't know if it changed based on models. More years of thrifty service. Looks like we got power steering, pedal ease power brakes, air conditioning, and electronic eye, which is pretty high class for an Oldsmobile. So 98 was top of the line, Super 88 was middle, and then Deluxe 88 was bottom. But yeah, this was a super score. I'm definitely happy to score all of this. Alright guys, well, there's the most recent video on this Oldsmobile. Like I said, I have to finish the Mercury first, and I will finish the Mercury. It's actually coming along, but this rain is not helping whatsoever. And then after that, we will get to this Olds, and it will be awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, I have many more videos on bringing old cars back from the dead. Just check out my playlist tab. And if you want stickers, I got stickers. So see you next time.